Hey, welcome back to my video. Hope everyone's having a great day. And today I have my cousin Adalyn, and we're going to be going over a topic perfect.
Today we're going to be reading Genesis chapter 11, verse 4. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city, a town with its top in the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves. Let's be dispersed over the face of the whole earth." And it may sound like they're trying to say something like good, like, oh, we're trying to get to the top of the heaven. But what they're actually meaning is they're trying to get to the top of heaven without God, not like using him. Like they just want to do it themselves. They're taking pride and thinking oh, we can do this. Look at what we have done, not what God has done.
Yeah, that's great to know about because it's very important to know that, without God, there's nothing's possible. If we don't have God, we can't do it because, life's not possible without Him. Without Him, we're just going to live a life that's really not lived for Him because what He did is worth what we should be paying attention to and not just clearing it with something else. Like that could be playing video games, that could be watching your favorite movie. That's okay to do in life, but you also want to make sure you're always making time for God, because you're not making time for God, then life's just it's going to be hard. You're not going to be able to do the things that you want to do. Like that mainly can be school. That can mainly be the books. That can be the library. That can be your school. That can honestly be anything. But you just got to focus on making time for God, because it's best to make time for God and your friends and your family, everyone at one point in your life, or it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall.
You're perfectly right, Blake. But we have to remember we're not perfect. Only God is. We lie, we cheat, we do all these things, but without God, we wouldn't be able to do and have the fun and the good and the stuff that we have now. We wouldn't be making this right now if we didn't have God and him die on the cross for us.
Yeah, it's because like you were just saying, Adeline, if you don't have Jesus in your life, there's really no purpose, because you're going to church every day, you're trying to find more information out what to do to respect him, to read the Bible, to read a Bible verse, to stay connected in a group with your friends, or to go out with your friends, to have a community time, to know more about Jesus. That's the best for people, and that's mainly he died for us so we could live our lives, but in reality we should have paid the penalty that he paid, and he shouldn't have died on that cross, and we should have took that place for him instead of him doing it for us. But he, with his grace and his power, he was willing to take that place for us so we could live our lives and be able to hang out with our friends and live our lives the way we want to live our lives.
And being perfect is comes in different ways. We're not perfect, so we could mess up, but if you mess up, God's there, but you don't just want to be oh, God's there, so I don't have to worry, I don't have to tell him, or but you should pray to him and tell him, I messed up today, can you help me get rid of that? And that's why he died on the cross for us, so we could have eternally life with him and live with him forever, right beside him and walk beside him.
Yeah, just to go off what you were saying, when we fall down, it's we're gonna learn for how we fall down. Well, we mess up, yeah, in life. We make mistakes, we shouldn't make mistakes, but we do, because everyone makes mistakes in life. We fail a test, we lose a friend, we lose our job because we did something bad, but Jesus forgives us for that. It's not like we're all of a sudden not forgiven for that. That's how life works. We get forgiven by God for something that we did wrong, and that's why He's there for us. So we are praying, so He will help us through that.
Also, back in the text, it also says in fifth, in the third verse, says, and they said to one another, "Come, let us." They're saying us. They're not they technically are saying the same thing that God said, "Come, let me make humankind." They're literally saying, like, oh, we can do it, not God. So I just like think like that God is like he can do all of it, and they're really wrong in this, that like they can do it themselves. They're having like a lot of pride thinking, "Oh, we can do it, God can't. We're as good as God." But in reality, we're not as good as God. God's like so much more better than us, and he's like is completely perfect from sin. He's human and God. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just to wrap up this video, it's very important for you guys to just be grateful for what you have. Like it's not like even with the perfect thing, like you can't be perfect, you can't make yourself look good. You can't have things to look good. You have to with God, no one is perfect in the world. Like the only one that's perfect is God. God is the only one that's perfect. No one else is perfect. And that's just how life works. That's just how it works.
Yeah, I like what you're saying on like that.
And just to close out the video, I mean, I hope everyone enjoyed this video of us talking about perfect. It's a very important topic nowadays in the world because now what people think is just like, okay, this guy has a nice car, so he looks good. This girl has a beautiful face, so she looks good. But in reality, you can look good, but in reality, you're not perfect. In reality, the only one that's perfect is God. So I hope you guys take something from this video, um, because we're speaking the real truth. It's not a lie. So I hope you guys enjoy this video.
Subscribe to Blake Schultz.